Hello. As I said, I would make videos of things that I want to talk about. One of the first things I like to share with you is about adoption. And if you're a birth mother that is, or a person who's pregnant, who's debating on what you want to do, let me tell you from my personal experience. I am a birth mother. I gave up a little girl when I was 19 for adoption. I went through an adoption agency, and let me just tell you about my experience. When I was about 5 or 6 months pregnant, I had made the decision that it would be in my daughter's best interest to give her up for adoption. So I went through the phone book. I didn't really know much about, I didn't really know much about adoption at all. I didn't know how it all worked, but I did call a lot of adoption agencies, and I ended up, after like a while, taking one in particular where I'd spoken to the lady, and I really just thought she was great. Her name was Mary Murphy, with Active Love Adoption. So, sorry about me snotting everywhere, because I have no nose hair. See? No nose hair. Sexy, huh? Okay, so anyway, let me get to the point. So I flew to Massachusetts, and I went through a lot of different portfolios of potential parents, people that couldn't have kids or had made the choice that they wanted to adopt. There's a lot of families out there that have just tried so hard to have their own children and have gotten to a point where it's impossible, or they've gone through so much heartbreak that adoption is, an option for them. And I can tell you, there's a waiting list, and it's a thorough process. They do a lot of background check, all kinds of stuff. So anyway, I went through all the portfolios, picked out a couple that I really liked. Their name was Gail and Steve. She was a Jewish lady who she did Mary Kay and was a dentist assistant. And Steve, he was a carpenter and just a Christian guy, real nice. Kind of reminded me like a mobster, kind of had that mobster look to him. But he was so nice. He was just a softie. They both were really wonderful people. Anyway, so I made my decision that those were going to be the people to adopt my child. The adoption agency wanted me to have my child in Massachusetts, but I decided that that would not be happening, that I wanted to come back to Florida, which is where I live, and have my child here around my family. Anyway, because I needed some sort of support system. It was really hard for me. It wasn't some sort of easy decision by any means. Anyway, I was like really cute pregnant, I thought. Anyway, I documented a video of my pregnancy and the birth of my daughter and everything, just for later on down the road. I actually watched it for the first time after all these years, and it wasn't what I expected. I expected to feel like, I don't know what I expected to feel, but it really made me sad and depressed when I watched it. Anyway, if I had to say, like, it's been 13 years. She just turned 13 in April. I named her Drew Rihanna, but they named her Emily Rose. I can tell you from my personal experience, making that choice was a good choice for her and for them. For me, it was really hard. I mean, I have a little boy now, and he's 8, but I think about her all the time. It's not like you have, I can't really explain it, because she's out there, or he, or your child, they're out there, and it's like, no matter what, it doesn't matter what papers you sign, that's still your child, and you ache for them, and you miss them. I mean, if you're like me, that's how I feel, my firstborn child, Here's the shitty part. This is what happened to me, my personal experience. Now, even though I don't regret my decision, I'm going to tell you the shitty part of what happened to me. So, years passed, blah, blah, blah. I've gotten pictures every year of her. And then one day I'm on Facebook, and I type in Gail's first and last name, which I found out her last name by accident just because the adoption agency let it slip one time, and my brain went, woohoo! I snatched it up, and I never forgot it. Anyway, I was on Facebook, and I got her name, so I sent her a message, and I just said, hey, now that I found you on here, you know, we can send messages back and forth, and you can send me pictures, blah, 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 blah. You know, because in the back of my mind, all I could think is, yeah, you know, my son could meet, you know, my daughter, and they'll come visit in Florida again, and maybe we can meet up, and, you know, all these stupid fantasies of the things that would never happen, but I was hoping they would. Anyway, long story short, I never hear back, right? So then I see that Emily Rose is on her friends list, but you can't, like, add her, so I went and I ended up, like, making friends with some of her friends so I could add her. And I added my daughter, but she didn't know it was me. I actually used her birth name. Hold on one second. Okay, so where was I? I made friends on Facebook. Now, my intentions were I was never going to make contact with her. I just liked the thought of being on her friends list, being able to see anything she posted, and being able to look at her pictures, having that connection, but not, oh yeah, I used her birth name, the name I gave her, Drew Rihanna, because in my head I thought, if she truly does know about me, the promise that Gail and Steve made to me, if she truly knows about me, she'll know that's me, and if she doesn't, then she won't, because I figure if anything, she might make contact with me. This apparently is all not supposed to be done. You're not supposed to do any of this stuff. I didn't know that till later, but anyway, I'll explain that part too. So I was all happy, right, that I'm on her friends list, and I'm able to watch everything, and I'm not an idiot. I was not going to make contact with her, just in case she didn't know about me. How devastating would that possibly be? Pretty fucking devastating. I would never do that to her, or to any child. I would never devastate anyone, you know. You're so vulnerable as a child, the last thing you need is someone to go, oh, by the way, you're adopted. Not cool. So that was not my intention, so please note that. But being a parent, loving a child that, you know, you didn't get to raise, but yet you did hold in your stomach for 9 months, and that you just can't help but to have this love for them and concern. There I was, happy as pie because I was on her friends list. So I go on the next day and I'm gone off the friends list. Maybe it was stupid that I used my daughter's birth name, whatever. So I was like, all right, no harm, no foul. I let it go. I'm at work, by the way. Sorry for the interruptions. But anyway, so I'm sitting at home one day with my boyfriend, and I hear, and hold on. I think the door was being knocked on, and we go to the door, and it is an undercover officer serving me a restraining order from Gail and Emily, that I can have no contact. That means I no longer get pictures every year. I no longer get a letter every year, and if at any point I try to, wow. Anyway, for the 10 million, what is it, 3 times we've been interrupted? Whatever. Still get paid to talk to you. Yeah, anyway, so I can have no contact with her. And he even went as far as to tell me that when she does turn 18, which is another 5 years, that if she still lives with Gail and Steve, that if I contact her, I'm violating that restraining order. Now, it crossed my mind to fight it, but because I'm not endangering her by any means, and I would never, ever try to take her from them. I would never do that. That wasn't even my intention, the whole thing. Anyway, I was, like, fucking pissed, okay? I was so pissed off, and then after pissed off, I was hurt. Because all I could think to myself, this is the thanks I get for giving you my firstborn child. This is the thanks. You're welcome. I felt shit on. And, you know, it's been a while since that happened. Like, it's been about a year or so, about just over a year, a while. It's been just over a year since that happened, and my daughter's birthday just came and went, and I don't get to send her anything, and they won't send me anything, and it hurts, and it makes me sad. But if it was me and the tables were turned, I would have answered the email that, that the birth mother sent to me. I would have answered it and said, hey, I'm a little uncomfortable with this. I would really just prefer to keep things how they are. That's what I would have done. There was no need for this. There was no need to now have on my record that it makes me out to be some sort of frickin' stalker or something. I mean, what kind of shit is that? So adoption. Yeah. But you know what? My advice is make an open adoption. Ours was open/closed. It wasn't a full open adoption, which means everyone knows everyone's last names and all that. Like I said, I found out by accident. So just remember, complete open adoption, and and that's it. Because if you want to see your child, unless you want it to be some big dark secret, to me, I don't, nothing's a secret to me. I'm an open book. You want to know something, all you have to do is ask. I'm more than happy to tell you. Even if I don't like what I have to tell you or I'm embarrassed, I'll still tell you. Because I'm not ashamed of what makes me who I am. My choices I've made, you know what? We all make fucked up choices in our lifetime. It's called learning as you go. It's called living. You do that. Some of my most horrible times in my life, some of the worst choices I ever made have defined who I am in a lot of ways, taught me not to be such a naive idiot, I made some really stupid choices out of just being naive and dumb, and young-minded, and, you learn, or you don't, and you keep making the same mistakes, but whatever. Anyway, so that's my advice on adoption. I would never advise against it because it makes so many people happy in the process. A whole family completed because you said, I can do this, and you're not ready to be a mom. It can be a blessing. But on the same note, don't make the same mistake I did. Don't just assume that just because you had this child that you have any claim. That's that paper you signed that says, I give up all of my rights to my child. And when you sign that, that's it. You have given that up. You don't have any claim. So, that said, remember, open adoption. That's the way to go. And if you're willing to keep the child, don't keep the baby because of selfish reasons. Keep your child because you know you can take care of them and you're ready for this. It's not an easy thing to be a parent. Just remember that. Okay, that was interruption number 5. But I hope you have an awesome night and that you do think about what I've said and share your feedback. Tell me your experiences because I would love to know. And if by chance, Emily Rose, you're watching, blonde hair, blue eyes, I'm not allowed to talk to you, but I love you, and I miss you every day, and I can't wait to the day that I can see you again. Thank you.